guys, welcome back to kendibeauty. So today we are going to be taking a look at the beautiful Charlotte Tilbury Dazzling Diamonds Luxury Pop Palettes. I have to be brutally honest, for the last couple years, I don't know, maybe you haven't seen me do reviews on Charlotte Tilbury simply because I got kind of burnt out on them. I have almost every single quad of hers, every single eyeshadow palette, almost, I think. And then, like, the last couple of years, I just felt like everything was repetitive. The walk of shame, the pillow talk, you know, everything was just like pillow talk, pillow talk, pillow talk. And it got a little bit old for me. But I will have to say that I do get excited when Charlotte comes out with her holiday palettes because those are always amazing, and her luxury of pops palettes are just, a lot of people don't realize, they don't get it. They're just like, why is this so expensive? Why is this $53? There's only 4 pans. It's not that, you know, but the luxury palette of pops palettes that she comes out with, they are my favorite palettes. Those, and then also like the big holiday palettes. Last year she did Starry Eyes to Hypnotize. This year's it's Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize. Those palettes and the luxury palette of pops are my favorite palettes that she comes out with. I do have to say that last year's Celestial Eyes I was a little bit disappointed with, but then when I saw this year, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my goodness, because I was not going to get the Bejeweled, I was not going to get the luxury palette of pops. And then I saw this color story and I was just like, oh my goodness, that blue had my heart. It got me. If you guys are not familiar with the formula of the luxury palette of pops, it's definitely unique. It's one of a kind. It's glittery, but yet I don't know how to, it's like wet on the lid. It looks like glass, like when you apply it. It blends so effortlessly. It's just beautiful. It's one of a kind, and I have yet to find that formula in any other brand. It's definitely her one of a kind formula. And you know, there's no mattes. It's all like this shimmer, wet, moist, just beautiful, beautiful shimmer formula that is also glitterly. I always say glitterly. It's also glitterly. I can't even say it. It's also glittery as well, and it's just this one of a kind formula. So I do tend to grab the palette of pops, but I wasn't going to this year because, like I said, I just kind of felt like things were a little played out. But when I saw this color story of this palette, I was just like, I have to get it. I was just like, you're killing me, Shars. Like, I wasn't planning on getting this, and now I have to get it. So anyway, we're going to do swatches. We're going to do eye swatches. The palette does retail for $53. Yes, that is expensive, but I don't know. It's just a one of a kind formula. So I'm hoping it lives up to the hype and it lives up to, you know, her previous palette of pops. Like I said, was not that pleased with the Celestial Eyes one that came out last year for the holidays, but I'm hoping this one will surpass my expectations. So yeah, I'm really excited to sort of dive into this palette with you guys and see what it's all about. If you guys are new here, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Tap the bell so you can be notified of all the new upcoming videos and giveaways. We have a lot of giveaways coming up. I just posted a Pat McGrath, the Celestial Divinity shadow. There's a giveaway in that one. I will also be posting some other videos soon with giveaways, so if you guys love free makeup, you better make sure you're subscribed, you tap that bell, you like this video and those other videos, and yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, and a little bit of background. This palette is made in Italy and there's 5.2 grams, and let's see what Charlotte has to say about this palette, shall we, darlings? And this is only available on Charlotte's site right now for $53. I am assuming it will become available on Sephora and other retailers soon, if not by the time I post this, but typically for her like limited edition palettes, she will release them first on her website and then later with other retailers. So let me just see here. Okay, and it says, darlings, discover my magical limited edition luxury palette of pops in dazzling diamonds. It is my beauty secret for dazzling smoky eyes. The world is in love with the pop shade from my iconic luxury palettes. Yes, we are. So I've created a mesmerizing quad of sparkling eye widening secrets. Discover 4 color-coded eye gilding shades that glimmer with translucent jewel-inspired sparkle to make your eyes pop, from shimmering champagne to illuminating amber. This is the jewel in every makeup lover's clutch bag. Light up your eyes with shine bright champagne gold to eye-defining midnight black diamond and prepare to mesmerize them all this holiday. So yes, I would have to agree that like that terminology, jewel, is just perfect. Just perfect to describe, you know, it's mesmerizing. It is, there's something about this formula that is like no other. And the other thing I really like about these quad palettes that she comes out with is just the versatility of the formula itself. You can use these dry, you can use them wet, you can use them with setting spray, you can use them with glitter glue. I mean, they just perform beautifully all the way around. And she never includes shade names. There's always just a prime, a define, a smoke, and then an enhance. I just can't get over the formula. And like I said, I wasn't gonna get one this year, but because it was such a different color story, I was just like, I have to have it. And now I'm so glad I did. So we're gonna do eye swatches. We're gonna do 2 looks, and then we will share our final thoughts on this palette. Alright, now on to our eye swatches. And if you guys are familiar with my channel, you know that we keep it really raw, cash, and most of the time we just do finger swatches. I don't use a primer because I like to see what the shadows look like without a primer when I do the eye swatches, and then when I create a look I will use a primer to sort of compare to see like what they do with the primer, what they do without the primer. So we're just gonna go in without a primer with my finger. I'm going in with this shade, this champagne shade first, right here. The only thing I wish is like the pans were bigger in these palettes. Look at this. I love these shades though. I love the formula. I mean, is this even a review? I kind of gave it away at the beginning, didn't I? Alright, so this is stunning. This is the first prime shade. Now on the other side we're going in with enhance, which is this beautiful sort of gold bronze, this color. Okay, so prime and enhance. Alright, next up we're going in with these 2 bottom shades. We have the define. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. And now for this side we have smoke. Alright, so define and smoke. Alright you guys, now on to our 2 looks, and I'm so excited. I'm loving these shades in this luxury palette of pops. Such a good color story this time. I can't say enough good things. I can just tell by the swatches. It's gonna be amazing. Alright, now on to our looks. Okay, so I think we're gonna start off with doing like a more sort of daytime glamorous look, and I am gonna go in with, what should I start out with? Okay, so I think I'm gonna go in with the smoke shade first. I did prime my eyes with the Urban Decay original primer, and I'm just gonna put this like right in the crease area. And I'm just using a Morphe M506 brush. Okay, now right in the middle of my lid I'm going in with this enhanced shade, and I'm just using a synthetic artist brush, and I'm just sort of putting that all over the lid. And now in the inner corner I'm going in with the sort of champagne color called Prime. And now I'm just going to dust that in the middle of the enhanced color, right in the middle of the lid. And last but not least, now I'm going in with the Define, which is that beautiful blue shade. right in the outer corner. And it's sort of not showing up as blue because it's blending in with the smoked bronze shade, so it's sort of kind of coming across like a little bit more smoky and green. Ooh, so pretty. And there is a little bit of fallout, not very much. Now I'm going to go underneath of my eye with the Define shade. First, I'm just going in with the prime on the inner corner underneath. And you definitely do want to use some sort of primer with these shades just because there is glitter, and I do find if you try to just go in raw like we did with the eye swatches, it's more irritating, whereas if you have like a base down, it's a little easier to come off and a little less irritating to the skin around the eye. And again, we're going in with that Define right on the inner corner. This Define shade is definitely, like, if it was a brown or something else, I would not have gotten this, but I've not seen a shade like this on any of her other palette of pops, so this is definitely what sold me on getting this palette. It's just so beautiful. Okay, so I went ahead and put some mascara on and cleaned everything up. I did the other side. And this is the look for our Daytime Dazzling Diamonds Glam. I didn't put on lashes. I'm going to wait to do our next look. But the one thing that I really want to mention that I do really enjoy about this formula with her luxury palette of pops is that you can layer these colors, even though they're glitter shades, you can layer them so nicely, and you can use them as a highlight. So I am going to go in with the Enhanced shade as a highlight. And they're really actually very pretty as a highlight shade as well. But because they are glittery, you don't want to come like too far down on the face unless you just have like really young, you know, awesome skin. But I like to keep mine up here just because it is glitter. But yeah, so you can use it as a highlight too, which I really love. You can use it on the lips, and it just layers really well, which we're going to now do our sort of smoked out, more nighttime, like smoky glam look. And as I was saying, the nice thing about these is that they layer really well. So we're gonna go over top of everything we have on right now with Define. Super, super easy. Literally, you can put this on to go to work, the grocery store, come home, and just layer it up. And I just, the quality of these shadows is just another level. It really is. There's not really any formulas or, well, Pat McGrath, I would say, but there's a very few and far between brands that you can just really like layer and layer and layer and come up with different looks and then not have a problem layering. And I am going to use a wet brush just because I have my foundation and everything on, and I don't want to have fallout everywhere, so I'm just going right on top of everything we have so far. Like, are you guys seeing how well this is still, it's still holding its own pigment. It's not losing its quality of color at all. Oh, shoot, there goes some fallout. That's what I was trying to avoid. Oh well. But look at just how beautifully and effortlessly this turns into like a smoky, glammed out, sort of smoked out look. It's just gorgeous. And I mean, you can see like completely different looks. All right, now we're just gonna do the same thing on the other eye. All right, now I'm gonna go in with a wet brush. I'm gonna put prime right in the middle of the lid on both sides. I'm gonna put some lashes on and we'll be back for our final thoughts on this palette. Alright you guys, so this is it. This is our final nighttime sort of smoked out Dazzling Diamonds look. And overall, I really am so impressed with this luxury palette of Pops. I wasn't going to get one this year, and overall I am so overly impressed with this particular luxury palette of Pops. I wasn't going to get it this year, but this color story, it is so gorgeous and beautiful. It is the perfect smoky holiday look. I mean, you don't need any mattes. I did not use any mattes on my eyes, you guys. Some might think that this is a companion palette, but we just made 2 looks with these 4 shades by themselves. So yeah, you can use it as a companion palette, but it's also a great standalone palette as it is. The glitter and the tones of this palette are just really perfect for the holiday season. I do think that this is my favorite luxury palette of Pops that she has done to date. This defined blue, deep blue smoky shade is just perfect. And I love that she also included the champagne, that light shade. That makes all of the difference in the world. It is the perfect inner corner shade. It just, everything meshes so well together with this palette. And I do feel like this is a perfect palette for somebody who does not like glitter. It's like a glitter palette, but not a glitter palette. You know, if you don't like glitter, then this may not be the palette for you, but I think this is the perfect amount of glitter, the perfect like luxe glitter type of a look you could possibly create. I can't say enough good things about this formula. As you guys can see, I mean, we literally had 1 look and we just layered the crap out of these shadows, and they are still impeccable and gorgeous. Everything blended, it layered well. I mean, how easy was it going from the daytime sort of glam look to this nighttime look? It was so easy. It was so easy. Yeah, there's a little bit of fallout, but if you use a wet brush, you can definitely prevent that from happening. And I just love this palette. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.